Alright, hi. It's the end of round 6, so only one more round to go. I didn't do one of these after the last round, and I didn't have a single video clip after the last round. So, I'm sorry for the people who were waiting. I know Miguel was like, I'm waiting for my videos, and I was like, they're never coming. And I didn't have time to do any data review. I still have Eli's lap data on like a 45-minute video that I like went through and then haven't had time to upload. But hi, so I'll do a quick recap. Round six was good. Round 6 was actually, no, this is round 6. Round 5 was really good, except so that was my first round in amateur last round, and I went out in the GT for my first race, 25 minutes. I did 8 laps. On the 8th lap, I did an 18.5 something. My first race in amateur, and I had excellent feel. I could see where I could still go a little bit quicker even. It was fucking phenomenal. It was so good. Then I crashed on the 9th lap. There were like, yeah, anyway, we lost it at the apex of 6, and it was about the most, like, I'm struggling to think of a better possible crash. I lost it like within the first half second of cracking the throttle on, but both tires gave out at the same time, so it wasn't really a high side, like no rotational force, and my left knee was like on the ground and had weight on it a little bit, not like a lot, but just like it was kind of dragging. So as the bike lost, it went up the hill in 6, which took up my momentum out, and my weight just kind of like transferred into the ground a little bit, but there was no, like, you know, my airbag didn't go off, like there was no like what's the physics, like impulse, like there was no like quick impact on anything. I just kind of went, oh, there I go, and then I slid up a hill, which took a lot of momentum out, although I looked at the crash data and the bike only lost 5 miles an hour from losing it at the apex of 6 to hitting the gravel at the top, so that was kind of funny. And then, you know, I hit the gravel and did like a little roll, and I had a small bruise on my thumb, so not a big deal. Fixed it, put a new handlebar and a new foot peg on, and then I went back out for the dash. A bunch of the boys helped me like figure out how to take the button thing off, because it was an absolute nightmare on the Triumph. So yeah, I think Bam like MacGyvered / snapped off some stupid little restraint thing that was completely ruining. Anyway, whatever, we got it all together, got the bike back together for the dash, went out, and I think I did a 20, maybe a very high 19 or like mid 20s. So it was important to me to get right back out, because I didn't feel like, you know, I felt like I was in a good headspace. So I was like, get back out there and get the feel for it. And then the next day, the Sunday, I put a bunch of 20s up, I think, maybe a couple 19s as well. So that was round 5. It was good. I was over the moon to do the 18 in my first amateur race. That was sick, just chasing someone who, like, you know, it's funny, like what happens is you do these races and you kind of get this sense of who's who, like whose suit and bike is who, like, you know. And for my first race, I had no fucking idea who anyone in amateur was. So I was like, get a good start and follow whoever the fuck's in front of me. And, you know, now I know who everyone is. There is that bit of my brain that's like, I don't know how to put it. I'm like, oh, I know I'm like about as quick as that guy, so I'll just follow him. And I need to not get in that headspace, because then I end up going a little too slow and I don't try and make the pass. Whereas when I'm like, let's just see what happens and just like pay attention to the feel of the bike, and if I can keep pushing it, we'll just go a little faster each lap, and I'll just follow that guy and see what happens. That's like a better headspace to be in for racing, so I need to make sure I spend more time there. Anyway, that was last round. This round, round 6, wasn't as good. You know, I didn't run a single 18. I did a number of high 19s, lots of 20s and some 21s and 22s. I will say, it was easier on my body, no joke, to crash on lap 9 of the GT than to actually do 15 laps, and we didn't even do the 17 laps I was supposed to because there was a crash and we restarted the race. So I only had to do, 15 laps plus 2 warm-up laps, and I almost quit. I got to on lap 10. I went to pit out. Like I didn't signal, but I did the pit out line out of 9, and as I was going to signal, I saw someone else had come off, and I was like, oh, if I like finish it, then maybe my like place standings or something will be better for the season. So I'll just tough it out. And I was with the group. I was with I was following I think it was Dixon for like 5 laps, and on like lap 7 I started to lose contact, and on lap 9 or 10 I went into turn 6, right, and that's where I crashed in the previous round, and I had so much weight on my bars. My legs were shaking, and I was like, oh, let go of the bars, and I like convinced myself to let go, but was really just like holding on by jamming my inner thigh in. I didn't really have any pressure, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll just quit. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna quit. What I am gonna do is back off. So then I did like the last however many fucking laps were all 25s, and they were just consistent 25, 25, 25, go back to novice. And people, I would hear a bike coming, because I'm getting lapped. I would hear a bike coming, and I was like, because I'm off pace, I'm not like all over the place. Oh wow, we're really opting into a whole bunch of traffic here, guys. Oh my god, I should have gone straight home. I shouldn't have followed these guys. Oh no, why did I come with the boys? Oh, get me out of here. Fuck. Whatever, I'll get a steak and cheese. Yeah, because what was I saying? Anyway, yeah, I backed off the pace, so I had that gave me some energy, and then I'd hear a bike coming, and then I would just kind of move, not off the racing line, but I wouldn't, coming out of turn 3, going up 4, I wouldn't ride all the way out to the edge, and I knew that whoever was the fast guys in the GT would just come around the outside, and that'd be fine. And going into 6, I would make sure, okay, I'm clearly on the wide line, and I'm gonna apex, but if you want to dip in, you can come up the inside of me, and I'm not going to fight you for it. I'm not going to do anything. So I think all the passes everyone gave me were really clean, which said to me I was going way slower than the pace and leaving plenty of room, which is what I wanted to do, because I was like, I'm just trying to finish this fucking race without going into the old grass again. So anyway, I'm kind of bitching. I'm kind of moaning. I think I just need to work out more. I got to find a way to do a better workout routine or something. Because the rest of my weekend, I didn't have a single race where, the second lap, my legs weren't screaming at me. And I took ibuprofen, caffeine. I was stretching. I was doing dynamic stretches, static stretches, and I didn't even do the 17 laps. We only did 15 laps, and so I was doing 20 zeros, 20.0s, 19.8s. all weekend with, those my best times, and then sprinkled some high 20s in there and low 21s. Oh, the old slide around the outside. So, I got some 3rd places. One of them in that last race was a participation award. 3 3rd places this weekend, so not bad from a podium standpoint, but I wanted to chase, who is it? It's Townsend and Keach, I think, for a lap or 2, because they were doing 17s, and I know I can do at least mid 18, and I know I could get to low 18s if I had someone to follow. And that last race 12 on Sunday, I really thought I was going to be able to go with them, and I got the world's worst start, and they were gone by going into coming out of turn 2. So that was really frustrating, but whatever, it is what it is. I'm in second round in amateur, running 19s and 20s, and if I can get my shit together for the next round, we'll be pushing back for consistent 18s, and maybe we can sniff a 17. So What I think just like a quick note for me, because we're coming on 10 minutes, I don't need to talk to the camera anymore. My little notes for the next round are to make sure my lower body engagement, this is what I noticed that last round, like I was like, my legs were so tired and I had no energy, and then on that last race I engaged my calf a bit more and pushed down my foot, and I was like, oh, I do have a little bit of energy here still left to go, and I should be having that connection to the bike the whole time, and that'll give me maybe better like weight on the balls of my feet. So just make sure that, so note for myself is to make sure that I'm pushing down with the balls of my foot on the pegs and keeping my calf nice and engaged, to keep my knee in the tank instead of only being half-hearted about it. There's that, and then the other note for myself is to spend a little less time thinking about like what my ideal like line and game plan is, and I need to have that going in, but in the race to be paying more attention to feel and not pushing, not getting stressed, but like if it feels good, let's try 2% more the next lap, because there are a few times where I was hitting my markers and hitting my spots and stuff, but it would feel good, and then the next lap I would do the same thing, and it's like, okay, well, I know I don't have to roll off at that same point, actually, and I'm doing it because it feels comfortable. But it's not that it's taking less energy. Like I do that thing that feels comfortable, and then as I come out of the corner, I feel like I have to be more tense and drive harder to make up for what I perceive to be the slowness. So yeah, those are my two notes for the next round, is keep my calves engaged and have a game plan on where I'm going on the track, but pay attention to the bike a little more and try and feel the possible gains I can make. Like keep looking for them. That feeling I didn't really have all weekend of like, oh, I'm doing this speed and I can see my way to a quicker speed. I had it coming off, but while I was in the track, and part of it was tiredness, but while I was on track, I was just, my brain was hit mark, C mark, hit mark, C mark, boom, 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 and it wasn't, okay, does this feel good? What's the bike telling me? Can I do a little more next lap? Okay, this feels good. Which is where I was last round, and that was good. And then, yeah, I had one really good start in the GT, and hopefully we'll get some good starts. All right, that's it. That's my updates, and then I think we'll see. I might have one race worth of video. I will get the GoPro set up for the final round of the season, but I think we might have one little race that we got this round. That's it. So we'll see what I can do. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. See you round 7, guys.